Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the frequency banner looks nice, doesn't it? A nice big, bright, like hypnotic. It reminds me of. Do you remember in Greece when they hold up that like swirly thing to hypnotize? Is it Greece or a different movie?
Don't remember
There's
that.
a scene in.
I thought you meant the country. Sorry. Right.
No,
okay.
no. In the movie,
Right.
there's like a girl being hypnotized, and they like rotate in a black and white swirly board that looks a little bit like that, and I can't help but think of it whenever I look at that.
Okay.
I think it's Greece, or a movie of its ilk.
Oh, walla, walla, walla. Tell me more, tell me more.
Is Joeycutts a fright?
You can't swear, All-Star.
Yeah.
That rules out the best word.
Yeah, Trix, it's not just on the front page, it's here as well.
Oh, look at that. Yeah,
games.
story-driven.
Actually,
that's maybe the first thing we should talk about. Is it a puzzle game, Tenya? I wonder. I don't know.
Well,
I never thought it was when I made it, but now when people are like scratching their head, I'm thinking maybe you were right to just sort of name it one. it sort of feels like it now. I'm thinking about it and seeing it through other people's perspectives. But
RoboCop.
the idea was to create a story and give you a way to access it that was somewhat indicative of the nature of the topic that it covers, if that makes
I'll
sense.
translate that to you. He had no idea what he was doing when he made it. No concept. You ended up with this.
Yeah, I thought what I need to do is make people hate something but want it all at the same time. And then I worked back from there.
Okay, like what it instantly reminded me of, I'm not sure if you've played the sort of Batman Arkham trilogy.
No, actually, I played about 10 seconds of it when it was being demoed in a one of these like gaming conventions that I was attending as press, actually. So that was many years ago, and they were showing off some NVIDIA system with Batman on it. It looked amazing, but I've never actually played the trilogy. I take it, is there some sort of functionality inside that maybe looks a little similar?
Well, there is a specific minigame within it in which you have to tune in to certain radio frequencies to find the position of certain supervillains. And you basically do that by spinning both of the sticks to tune in to like certain frequencies.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
And that's what it instantly reminded me of. And I was thinking to myself, like, this is really cool. They've taken this mini game from the Batman games and they've turned it into more of a sort of interactive art experience. But you've not even played them, so
no. Yeah. No. Yeah, this is coming. This is like two things masquerading as one thing. That's what frequency is. It is the idea of that art installation that you sort of referenced there. That is kind of a big part of where this is coming from. I kind of envisage what would be nice if you were walking through a museum and there was just some random sort of screen somewhere embedded on a white post, and you just started engaging with it. Yeah, no, Joey did make the sky. That's why it's terrible, and I had to remove it.
Yeah.
Just replaced it with a big text box, like.
I didn't even get.
Interestingly.
Sorry, go ahead. Then is it not text box?
No, it's not a text box. No, that's what I was going to say. Carry on, Joe. Though.
Oh, I didn't even get a collaboration credit on this. Believe it.
I was having a quick drink there.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Drink there, and I nearly choked on it because Joey knows how to make me laugh. Yeah,
look, I'm going to ask a question, then I'm going to mute myself and also have a hydrate. However, Joeycutts.
Yeah.
Did you have anything to do with this?
Yeah, I was the lead game tester and Trix's personal muse, and I also made the music, and I sang the theme tune.
I did the theme tune, and I sang the theme tune, and I made the theme tune.
I made all the music.
And you do actually have business cards that say professional muse now as well, don't you? So there's that.
And I had to play this game when it looked terrible and my eyes were bleeding.
Yeah, Joey calls it a migraine simulator.
Yeah, it was a migraine simulator for a long time, and then eventually I convinced him to tone down the colours, and I think everybody would thank me for that, but they will never know.
Agree. Yeah, no. Well, actually, I don't know. Would they? No, I don't think I published it as accessible to people when the color scheme was abominable. So,
and thus brings
yeah.
the end of your hydration break.
Yeah. So Joey's contribution is that it's less sucky, which is basically Joey's contribution to all of the games that we make together.
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's a deep dive question for Trix. Why is Joey not a collaborator?
Oh, that's a great question.
That is a good question that I'm sure Joey would love to hear answered. I don't really have an answer, or not even a good one.
I can answer it. He neglected to even offer it to me. That was what the answer is.
Yeah, it's a very easy question for Joey to answer. For Trix, it's more sort of...
It's personal, you see. He wants all the likes. He wants
those
all the likes.
Sweet likes.
He wants
That's
all
what
the
it
likes
is.
all
It's
by
the
himself.
sweet likes. Yeah.
Everybody that comes along is like, "Wow, Trix! Wow, Trix! You've done it again." Trix alone, no Joey this time.
Well, the deal is that if Joey releases the games that he makes that I collaborate on, and in turn I will allow him to be a collaborator again on the games that I release that we make together.
This is a recent stipulation that I've not heard of.
Yeah, it's called blackmail. I'm inventing it on the fly. Yeah. It's a new thing I'm trying out at the moment.
All these games I've collaborated on with him, except for that one, you see.
Oh,
see,
man.
Loon helped. Solarpunk helped. Made this guy.
Made this guy.
Pollen.
Pollen. Lord.
Yeah.
I am the bee in Pollen, based on my true life accounts.
Yeah, no, I mean, the more I reflect on it, the more I think it really was an oversight. I think it was an error.
I collabed him on Thermal, even though he had like some trash bars, man.
Whoa. Executive producer on Thermal.
Hey, look, I'm just running you now. Shut up, you.
All right. I've sent you a collaboration request because of all the peer pressure. So if anybody out there wants to be a collab on Frequency, now's the time to force me to do it while I'm live on air.
All of this publicity that I'm giving for Frequency at the moment.
Let's do it.
Collab request. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely give that some thought.
That's cool.
That's if you can even get through it. That's even if you can get through it, All-Star. Let's see.
Yeah, here's an interesting thing. Look, I did play this literally almost a week ago
you did.
today.
Of
course he knows it. He's watching out for everyone who's streaming.
We saw you.
Yeah, nobody streams a game that I make that I don't find out about on some level. Especially if they're awful about it. They're like, oh, what's this junk? You know, those ones I watch over and over again.
And I love all of your spyware as well. You know what I mean? All of the
spyware. I do have spyware. It's really... I literally know where you've left. I know the drop-off point. It's important for game design to know what's working. And actually, the spyware helped me make adaptions, so...
Venwave's finite.
I know he is, yeah. Venwave has a lot to say about Frequency. He totally gets it. He totally gets the game, is what I would say, and he appreciates it, which is nice. It's really cool. I appreciate that he appreciates it. So yeah, no, the experience of playing is something that you can only do it, if you will. So I mean, you're welcome to give it a go, launch in and get started, and see what you think, and tell me, where you're getting stuck. And Joey will abuse you verbally for that, and I might help.
Okay.
I won't.
I mean, specifically,
or will good cop bad cop will reverse it, whatever.
I can remember my previous playthrough, and I hope that you can appreciate that. I've not played it since last Saturday night when I did play it, because I personally have been doing other things, but I really wish
you'd have said I personally hate it. That would have been a far better, more obtuse thing to say, because I personally hate it.
Man, I actually said that to him a few times during the development. Man, this game sucks. I'm out. Like, I'm not playing it anymore. I've said
Joey
that a few
literally
times.
did everything in his power to make Frequency not the game that it is. How was that as a good reason as to why he wasn't collaborated? If Joey had had his way, it would be anything other than what it's become. So,
yeah, it would be way worse than what it is.
Yeah, arguably, I suppose.
Anyway, so this is the game. If you just sit here and just watch this screen, you've won. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. That is it.
I am trying, by the way. Honestly, look, a huge part of this experience is the audio. And because of the way it's set up, either through like console or whatever, I'm actually finding it hard to hear the audio when you're talking. But yeah, look, basically I'm spinning the sticks trying to tune into various frequencies.
Venwave said it's an incredible game that's hard to describe without spoiling it. That's nice. Thank you, Ben.
Press all the buttons is what I would do.
Because I have gotten past this part in the past. Yeah, there we go.
I feel like all you did was stare at the screen there and tell me you couldn't get any further.
Well, I was spinning the sticks, man.
I'm pretty sure any button press would have got you to this point.
I mean, you would be pretty sure of that. You did make it.
Look at the monitor. Brain's waves elevated. I'm not going to read it all.
No, please do. I feel like you're bringing something to the table now.
But you see any button press.
That collaboration.
I was spinning the sticks. I was trying to tune into frequencies, right? Because as you spin the sticks, it's important to note that, like, as you spin the sticks, you do tune into various frequencies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tagline. So, like, that's what I was doing, right? That's what I was doing.
Yeah, and in fairness, if it was a much cleverer and more interesting game, you'd have done great with it.
If only that logical theory that you came to had anything pertaining to this game.
Pretty colours, though.
Yeah,
it is pretty.
It is pretty colours.
So,
Joeycutts,
I suppose if we
test these colours, QA.
Yeah, I absolutely tested these colours. The ones that burnt your eyes out are no longer there. It's brilliant.
It's true, actually. There's a line in this game where it says "images burned into my mind," and every time I hear it or see it, I think of those migraines.
My migraines that I had after playing his game.
I think about the migraine simulator that this game was a few weeks ago, before Joey put his foot down and said.
Yeah, it used to be just green and yellow and like so bright. It was really hard to look at.
So these are the contributions that Joey brings. He basically plays things that I make and then goes, no. You have to revisit that. You have to revisit that. Not liking it.
So we've got what looks like a bullseye designed by Monet right now. What do you think that is?
What do you think that means? Let's turn the tables. So AllStar, what do you think that means? What does that say about you?
I don't know. The first thing that came to mind was a baboon's arse, but I don't know.
That's a microscopic view of one, I swear.
Yeah, now.
Yes.
He's resisting.
See that? You see that? He's resisting.
Oh, it fades away, but that's it telling you that if you press touchpad that you're going to reset the game. So
don't press touchpad.
I've got a sneaky suspicion some people who have bad experiences in Frequency like pressing touchpad and didn't read that. So it will only tell you that once, which is a harsh lesson, as life is full of hard lessons. This is designed to simulate that.
I'm trying to tune into these frequencies, right? And I mean, what actually are these? What are these sound clips from? Because, for example, some of them sound like newsreaders or something.
Yeah,
you know what
none
I mean?
of them are copywritten. If that's where you're coming from.
No, that's honestly not where I was coming from, because I trust you as a creative
silly.
to not. I know, but like.
There's.
What exactly are they?
There's lots and lots of different sources for these things, and they're public domain. And Joey sourced them primarily for the different radio frequencies, didn't you, Joe?
Yeah.
You can speak to that better.
Yeah, you can get them on public domain websites for audio clips. And they were like 30-second long lengths of scrambled audio, and not necessarily just commercial radio, but other kind of frequencies, like all the other types of radio, like CB radio and weird little wibbly wobbly sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, so there's actually different. So every time so basically, there's two ideas in this game. One idea is the visual interface, the bit that you're encountering right now, which is what I suspect maybe 80% of players think this is, which is, it's like a music visualizer with no music, and I can affect it.
Yeah, it changes as you press it. That's basically what you come to understand.
So that's ultimately the idea of feedback, which is something that Joey and I are slightly obsessed about, because I think that that's really important in games anyway. So that almost anything you do gives you some type of feedback, be it auditory or tactile. I don't know if you've got haptics on, but you should be getting some haptic feedback whilst you play the game on a very, very gentle level.
Yeah, I do have them turned on, but I'm just feeling like an almost heartbeat.
That's exactly the word. Yeah, it's plugged into a heartbeat sound, just so you know. It's literally generated from the sound of a real heartbeat. so you are getting the physical sensation of a heartbeat. So the which then actually little tidbit, as that fluctuates in the game, obviously the haptic will fluctuate too, and there are prompts through the game that will change that.
It's pretty, isn't it, the way it changes when you move it like that? Nice,
I can play it even now and get a completely different visual that I haven't encountered before because of the variance. So essentially, there are different parameters that feed into each other. So if you think about that in terms of your control pad, square is left, triangle is up, circle is right, X is the center. So if you were to somewhat, for now, park the idea of the joysticks and just explore what the game does with the face buttons, the most obvious buttons that you might use.
Okay. See, I feel that's fine. I feel like I've been led down a merry path by my previous experience of tuning into frequencies. So you will,
exactly. I think that's very possible. So what you've done, so part of this game is it's a trap. Okay, so this is the insider information. The game is a trap. There's an analogy inside the game for what the game is, which is that it's like watching a baby play with a Rubik's Cube with a gun to its head. There's no understanding from the player that what you're doing ultimately has to change to get to an outcome. And if you do push past it, you can get the outcome you want. But if you don't fixate on changing what you're doing and you just sort of play with the toy that is frequency on the face of it, then you get stuck in this state, which is a perpetual state of... I think it's essentially how the game is described in the description. So it's a perpetual pathological state of suspended consciousness. So the idea is that you stay in the coma state if you do not change your behavior, and sort of alternate what you're doing and use the system in a different way. So that is reminiscent of being stuck. If you've ever had a dream that you've got caught in, or you've had a recurring dream, there's a certain unpleasantness to that. As a kid, I had a recurring dream, for instance, and one of the I know it's hard to watch. It's not hard to watch. I'm joking. But one of the features of that recurring dream is when you're a child and you lie on your side, you can sometimes hear your own heartbeat inside that recurring dream, which can then affect the recurring dream. Oh, something's happening. So
something's happening.
So something's happening.
Something's happening. Me lad.
I love my gasp.
So if you, yeah, brilliant. So what's different is what I would say. You know, if you go through this and be really, really logical, you almost can't go wrong. You know what I mean? So if you look at what the visuals are and what's different, and continue to sort of use and exercise your creativity with how you use it, then you can arrive at a place that. So there you go. You're doing things. You can arrive at a place that is coherent. Okay.
Trix, this is the ultimate troll. I know exactly what I'm doing. I've just been waiting for this moment to show you.
No, he's lying.
Well, we'll see.
I don't believe him either, Joe. I'll be honest.
Look at that! Look, he's just turned it all on like a genius.
I know.
I know. Yeah.
Look all the things that has just happened.
What is happening though? What is happening?
You've progressed.
You've progressed. So
you've got a new thing on the screen.
Yeah. So remember what I told you about taking the visual cues.
And that's it. I'm not going to say anymore. Just going to be ambiguous.
That's it. Yeah, just going to be weird about it. Worst interview ever.
Well, you're never going to be worse than what was it? Oliver Reed on Terry Wogan, or what was it?
Oh, I thought I got excited then. I thought you were going to name one of your interviewees.
No.
You were going to say
brilliant.
That would have been amazing if you'd have accidentally gone, "Oh, you'll never be worse than this guy," and somebody comes to mind for me. But anyway, I won't share who that is.
Can I name them?
Probably not. It's probably not cricket, is it? So
no, it's not cricket.
It's not.
But everybody knows Toronto Mayor. Jokes.
No, I wasn't even thinking Toronto Mayor.
I was kidding.
Yeah, no.
I like Toronto Mayor. He's fun.
Yeah, no.
He was a weird interview, was he not?
He was, yeah. You know who was a weird interview? Because we listened to all the interviews.
I listened to your interview with
fans,
him.
Long-time listeners.
Long-time listeners. Just linger longer, guys.
Long-time listeners. First-time caller.
Yeah.
And actually second-time callers, I guess, technically. And your interview
I call
with
every day, he doesn't
Shadeseeker,
let me on the air.
Where Shadeseeker was... Can you imagine that? Where Shadeseeker was in character for a good hour. I just thought that must have been so exhausting for him.
Yeah, he's got these screeners that just keep me hanging all day. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. He'll be with you. He'll be with you at any moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening now? Tell me what's happening now, Tanya.
Well, I figured out that pressing the D-pad does a thing on the right-hand side of the screen, because to be totally honest with you, my laptop is currently covering the right-hand side of the screen, so I had to lean over to the left to actually see it.
Okay.
And then I turned all the things on, and now we've got now we've got the text, but I done that via the D-pad, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh well, I thought I did. Okay, I thought I did.
Well, you got there via achieving something from the D-pad, but you've moved on since from there. Now, to activate that, you've actually used a different method, which you'll be probably
you're in Act 1
aware of now. You should be aware of it.
Yeah. Have you got a sense of what? If you go back to your original way that you interacted with the game, that should help. And I think there's a number on.
Yeah, you can also change the color to help you as well, because you can see better with a different color. So if you know one changes the color, just whack that a couple of times. You get a nicer look, and then you can see more on the screen. And if you just look at, around. You'll sort of get an idea.
So square and triangle will change your aesthetic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll also get a different aesthetic depending on what node you've got on the right hand side as well.
And then there was the way that you originally thought that you said was a trick, and we said was a trap. That original way of playing the game is the way to go back to now, basically. If you understand, without just spelling it out to you and telling you what to press.
I mean, we can absolutely tell you what to press though, if you can't read it on the screen.
Yeah.
It just depends how frustrated you guys get. I'm having to listen to y'all by also reading the text and keeping up with everything else.
Yeah, so
So
getting a bit of text there. I'm sure everybody's read that by now.
Honestly, I read it a minute ago, but I just didn't absorb it. Okay.
I feel like Joey should be reading the text for us anyway.
I can't. I do bad in a public reading. I can read in my head.
Do you?
Yeah.
Alright, that's cool. I can deal with it. That's fair.
I sound like I sound stupid.
Sound like a Republican, I think you were going to say that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a joke, of course. So yeah, if you want to track the text, then this screen is a good indicator of how best to do that.
Yeah, the bottom part of the screen is the best indicator on how to do that. Yeah, that's the one, buddy. You got it now.
There we go. Oh, he's tuning in.
So we're going backwards and forwards.
I'm trying my best.
Here we go.
There you go. So you've just caught one of the new aesthetic changes inside Frequency, which is part of the recent intuition patch, which is something that I tend to do with games once I've seen how people play them. You can see there's a visual at the bottom that indicates you've done one of them little mini nodes, and now if as you're reading or that text is animating, you see that node lights up underneath, and then it locks in once you've read it. So that should give you an idea what you're.
So basically, when it's fully loaded up, it will stay.
Yeah, because for the game to know that you've read it, because the thing is, so there was a question mark here about how people engage the game. For the game to know you've read it, you have to let it animate the text. So what I think sometimes people experience is they get so far and they read the text and then they just go and blam that reset button. And then when they get back in, they're like, yeah, I've read that, skip forward, and then of course they haven't necessarily locked it in. So if you want to read the story and sort of get a sense of what's happening now, this is how you do it. And you've got the different visual changes you can apply to the game. And yeah, so the ideas behind Frequency are there are two ethical dilemmas that feed into the philosophy and the ideas of the game. One is the trolley problem. So the trolley problem is an age-old philosophical question of, if there's 3 people tied to a railway track on one track, and then there's one person tied to a railway track on the other track, do you
go forward? By the way, with the right stick, because it's basically you're going backwards and forwards with left and right. So you're alternating between the first 1 and 2 bits of text. But if you continue to go right, you'll get more.
Yeah, so right stick right, left stick left if you overshoot. Yeah. So the trolley problem is, do you apply control over something that is, train that's barreling towards 3 people to kill 1 person, or do you let it by doing nothing and just to let it kill 3 people? People have different opinions on that, and it's something that has split philosophical thinkers on the matter since the notion of it existed. And people always, it's an actual dilemma that really there isn't a correct answer to, because it really depends what kind of school of thought you come from. So the idea in this game is it poses, or it was going to pose, the question of, well, do you want to get out of this state, and that might have repercussions outside of how it affects you as a player, and the game tells you about and implies to you what those repercussions might be, which is that there's a military aspect to this technology that is locking you in to this coma state. So you are somebody that's been through an experience of trauma, you are in a coma, and your family is talking, these memories and fragments that you're interacting with now on screen. Those are moments in time that you are managing to tune into, because this technology has made it in such a way as that you can almost tap into it like a computer would, So you like opening a file or opening a memory. So those are the ideas around Frequency. Ninja Mick said it seems like it's kind of an evolution from what I was doing with Loon, with the text adventure. I think it's definitely a sort of spiritual successor from that, or certainly in the same lane.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. But generally, I think I just kind of enjoy stories, and I think because we talked about whether or not this game should be voiced. whether or not it should be voiced. And I even had, Venwave's in chat, I even had Venwave in mind for one of the characters. So this does have a narrative structure. It has 3 acts. It has a cast of characters, and their writing is written in their respective voices. If you see the trailer that I posted on social media today, when what's he called? Bearded Dragonix is his Twitch name.
Yeah, no, I know.
When when he engaged with the game, he got into each character, and so I felt absolutely compelled to sort of build that into the trailer for the game, because he delivered each.
But Venwave just mentioned something that we had a discussion about as well while we were making it. While Trix made it, he was saying that he really enjoyed reading through it because it felt more personal in that way. And that's exactly what I was touting, that it should be like, don't take it away from the player to be their own protagonist, even though you're writing a story about like a person. Whenever you read a book, if it's the protagonist you're following, you kind of personalize yourself with them. You feel like you're them. But as soon as you give them that actor or that person a voice, it takes that away from you, so you don't have that inner monologue being them. So
it's something we talk about because we both play Fallout, don't we? So we both play Fallout, and all the Fallout games, or certainly since 3. And the idea of not having a voice protagonist is something that Joey's pretty firm on generally. I think it's something that you're keen on, isn't it?
Unless it's done right. I don't like them taking away the power of the player. I don't mind a narrator talking. I just don't like a character being driven like with acting too hard if he's the protagonist and you're meant to be him, because not everyone's likable, so it doesn't matter how you make them. I'm going to find something I don't like about them, and therefore don't want to be you as the main guy or whatever. Drake.
So you can see All-Star when that text is loading, it indicates to you where it is on the on the
within the I can see each one lighting up as I go over it. Yeah,
and there's a number on the bottom right as well.
Okay.
So that number has a relationship with where you are.
Okay, the chat is often covering up the number. Just give me
right, no problem. You're on 20 right now.
So you're on 20.
Okay.
So you've got a bit of a way to go, and it shows you that you've unlocked 6 of the dialogues, so you can track through.
Okay.
And so
you basically keep moving to the right until you find new words, basically.
Yeah, that'll allow you to move through the story, then, won't it?
Yeah, because we've had this quick in and out. It's gonna.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Go in hot.
How much of it is? My sticks seem very sensitive. I'm not sure how much of that is my settings. And how much
if you had the number there, you'd gauge it better. You're getting like a false sense of how sensitive it's moving. It that little slider's all over the shop, whereas the number's quite steadily moving upwards. You know what I mean? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you had one there. Yeah, you've got one there.
So basically you're looking for like the tuning into a number more than you are on a dial, in a sense. Like the dial is a representation of which way you're going more than it is actually where you are. The number on the right
so you can see the gap on your bar at the bottom.
Yeah, so I've clearly missed one. Yeah.
And so that's what that's designed to illustrate to you from now on. If you
although now one's
get a nice
disappeared.
readable background.
There we go.
Yeah, I guess it disappears if you go backwards and.
Yeah, that's fine.
So there's a mini sort of element of how you engage with it that you got to tune it in, you got to not overshoot it, and you got to just knock it on and move into the next one. So you can see that you've missed a couple there. So it's wake up, holy, where am I? This is you, isn't it? I can't feel my legs. I can't feel anything.
So what that one there is probably tuned in on like one number, like instead of 2. So it's like hard to get to. You have to like tap slightly and leave it.
Yeah. Okay, so every number. Okay, so yeah, every number is a different.
Yeah, like a number would represent like a number of a frequency.
So
I guess.
A field. Yeah. There's a field.
Ultimately, I want to go from like 1 to 100.
Yeah, here you go.
Whatever.
Yes.
So
exactly.
So you're being visited by your wife here potentially. So this is like the difference between fluctuating between a memory and then fluctuating between you're in a bed in this state and you're hearing conversation. So I think you've got a drifting controller, if I'm honest, from the fact that it seems to sort of move off the thing, and I presume you're not doing that manually. So
well, I'm trying my best not to, but
yeah, no, I suspect it's PS5. They suffer from thumbstick drift. If you weren't aware of that, they lock in. It's like because it's the first gen, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Like
so
a
this
Sierra
is the son,
from the
of
90s.
course. Yeah, Dad, it's me. I can't believe this is, and then it's disappeared because you're tracking.
I think we've figured it out, though. I think we've caught up, kind of.
Yeah. 41 it's on.
Alright, okay, I think we've got 41, don't we?
Oh yeah, but like he said, it's drifting. It went to 45, so
you're all right. It's
all right,
I think if it stays there, you should be all right.
Now we're on 46, but we're drifting.
Yeah, you're right.
Through
it is
47.
totally drifting, by the way.
You have a controller drift. I can see what's happening there, which would make it quite difficult.
The only reason we know that is because we both have it. So it's the same.
Yeah, there's 51.
Yeah, so you're in it. So a lot of them are within a region as well. So the patient suffered blunt head trauma as a result of assault. It's been 57 days since the injury was sustained. By permission of the advocates, the patient has been entered into the FAST program. Monitoring will continue whilst negligible signs of consciousness are present. So you're overhearing from the bed, from the patient bed, and from the midst of this experiment, the doctors doing rounds and reflecting on what your situation is.
Okay.
But you're also getting drop-in of memories, and you're getting moments with your son or your daughter or your wife.
We will not be feeding him, as it is the FAST program.
Yeah.
That's fine. I could do with losing a little bit of weight. You're okay. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next one. Maybe move up frequency a little bit.
Isn't it beautiful? Whoa.
Joeycutts, congratulations on your QA of this game.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I QA the hell out of it, me.
Yeah, if anybody else needs some QA work,
Joe's
available.
I was saying this to Trix. Like, we're both lucky in a sense. Like, we know each other so well that like, it's a perfect way to have someone who knows you well tell you that that's no good. Because like, if you heard it from someone that you weren't comfortable with, you'd just sack them off. You wouldn't hang around with them for very long. Because you'd be like, yeah, we just have to break up because of creative differences.
I recently read somebody, I think Zadira quoted that their whole gang that were making the
that's a shame.
Sunflare thing broke up due to creative differences.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't making take on something. No, sorry. I know you weren't, but the wording was literally on point. Drifting in and out. I wake in a dream, still asleep. Pain. Images burn into my mind.
By the way, Ninja Mix said he had it on a couple of controllers too, and it's just not really on, is it? Because of they're like 60 quid a piece, right? And if you think about it, you buy a 60 quid Walkman and it breaks in like half a minute, you'd be pissed off with that, wouldn't you? Excuse my language. Well, piss is alright, isn't it? I know, okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay. I'm sorry, guys.
Guys. Full disclosure, even I don't know. Like
full disclosure, it's cool. Yeah. We're cool, guys.
It's cool.
I mean, if no one complains, it's
fine. Hey, Fluffy. Hey, Sassy.
And if they do, then it's not, right? It doesn't matter what you say.
No, I don't think it's hey, Fluffy, hey, Sassy. I think it's hey, Fluffy and Sassy. Like, I don't know, actually. Now you got me wondering. Is Fluffy and Sassy a singular person?
And that doesn't matter.
The subject's IQ directly affects how they navigate the visual protocol. It's like watching a baby solve a Rubik's Cube with a gun to their head. Previous subjects never demonstrated much promise.
This was just literally an insult just thrown in for no reason.
It really was, yeah. It was kind of like a National Lampoon's insult. You know, when they put a gun to a dog's head and said, buy our magazine or we'll till the dog gets it.
That's Mad kind of like TV, isn't it?
In the National Lampoon magazine.
I don't know that.
I think they had. I think Mad is attached to it in so much as I think Mad might have been born as a comic inside National Lampoon, but I could be completely making that
I've never heard National Lampoon as a magazine
as
or
a
anything.
magazine.
No,
yeah,
never.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Listen here, doctors, it's
well,
essential
Holiday
this trial comes up successful. So we can get approval for the tech. It's going to change the world. For the love of all that is holy, just extract the data that we need and terminate the study. So that's the very sort of serious doctor. There are two doctors in this, like in terms of how they are characterized. One is Dr. Caring and the other is Dr. Straight. And that is Dr. Straight. Now there's nothing wrong with Dr. Straight. He's not a bad guy. He's just more pragmatic. So he's probably slightly more senior to Dr. Caring and therefore has to keep his eye on the prize. So if they don't get the military funding, this project ends and it can't help people that are in comas. So
Fluffy's a single person, by the way. You were right. I was wrong, but you know.
Yeah.
I like separating.
There are two doctors inside of me, according to Keko. Do you mean physically? Or and where are they?
Is that a song by Korn? There are two doctors inside of you.
Yeah. Does it feature Fred Durst? Like, yeah. Okay, let's go.
There's a movie produced by. There's a movie produced by Limp Bizkit, and like the main protagonist is a real Limp Bizkit fan. So Fred Durst directed a movie, and in the movie this guy's got like a 14-year-old son and he's driving his car and he puts in a Limp Bizkit thing and all of a sudden it cuts to like all Limp Bizkit shows in the 90s busting out and the man's like going, huh? Am I cool or what? to his kid. It's so lame. It's the most cringe thing you've ever seen.
Oh man! When you were explaining that, you said that he's by a real Limp Bizkit fan. I thought you were just going to say by a real Limp Bizkit.
No,
I was imagining somebody dressed like a Limp Bizkit.
Fred Durst, who made a film where the lead characters are mega Limp Bizkit fan.
I think. Do you reckon he walked into casting and went, "By the way, before we do this, I just want you to know." Big fan. And he's like, you're hired. You're hired. Yes. Get in that car with your son right now.
Yeah. Play my songs to my montage. It's awful.
So this bit alludes to, the external forces that I was talking about. The department is funded by grants from the defense
Ghosts?
budget.
Oh, not that guy.
Yeah, by poltergeists. We have obligations to meet to ensure that we can continue the research. So even this is an actual dilemma that people experience in medical fields quite a lot. And what I mean is not the defense contracts, but the fact that ultimately, when you're doing good and you're doing something that has a positive end game, sometimes there are criteria of success that are definitely not necessarily in line with doing the nicest thing for the participants, but actually just getting an outcome that's successful. And so I kind of wanted to.
God, it's amazing how entertaining you're making this text game seem. Trix is really good.
Yeah, quick, talk about Limp Bizkit.
No, I'm only kidding. Limp Bizkit.
Oh man. So yeah, so there's pressure. There's pressure from the general. This is the general. This is somebody coming in from the military saying, "I don't accept failure of the study."
Basically, like the doctor moves in, he moves out. Back up. What the you gotta do now?
You just gotta let him begin, haven't you? So yeah, you get shifts in character. You get shifts in time as you go through the.
Stop swearing.
As you go through the experience. I said shifts, Joe.
Joey, I can confirm you did say shifts.
Doesn't this look like a Looney Tunes background? Like, that'll be out, folks.
It does. It's missing, what's his name?
I kind of wish it ended.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of wish it ended with Elmer Fudd popping out of the middle of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that could be your contribution, Joe, as you're a collaborator.
One of my favourite films is Roger Rabbit, and in the beginning when it's all cartoon and that, and that's the best bit in the film.
I love that movie.
Imagine if Joey's evolution is going from making the sky to making Elmer Fudd.
Yeah, it's going to make Elmer Fudd.
It really is so I made this game copyright infringing. It would be claims to fame.
It would really be a show of loyalty to Joey.
No, it's Porky.
It would really be like, look, Joey, I love you, man. I love you so much that I'm
Please
just going to forfeit
make this
it all
game.
Yeah,
forfeit it all. When you say it all, you're talking about what exactly? The potential for what? Like the millions that I'm going to make out of this text adventure that is intentionally
1 billion lira. You will pay me 1 billion lira. You know, in the 90s, I had a Turkish friend who showed me what the Turkish lottery was like. And like in the 90s, the Turkey had a really bad economy. They had a Turkish lira. I'm not sure, they're probably on the euro nowadays. But I swear on my life, he put on the Turkish lottery and the geezer was like, 1 million, billion, 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 billion. And he just kept going.
It was a 20-minute show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Billion, billion, billion. Coming back. Make a cup of tea, love. He's announcing the winner prize pool.
Billion. It went on forever.
You would feel well rich.
Yep.
I would, if I was the guy who won that lottery, I would be absolutely like shoving it in the face of people that only won a million.
There must be like footage of
just a million.
This isn't even a joke. That's what's so hilarious about it. It's not even a comedy.
Imagine taking all like concept of there being some sort of exchange rate, just be like, huh, you're a millionaire. Well, I'm a millionaire. So in your face, hey scrub.
Lira, man.
Lira. You know who made that joke? The guy who plays Borat. He used to chase celebrities and go like, "Oh man, you look like a million lira," which is about $20. Yeah, he had a character. Yeah. It was Dennis
Sacha
Pennis.
Baron Cohen.
Yeah, he had Dennis Pennis as a character, and he was very.
Oh no, that's a
Dennis
different person. That's a different person.
That's a different guy.
Yeah, is it a different guy? Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, it was similar sort of comedy, but yeah, no.
Yeah, you're blending two obnoxious reporter type people together.
Yeah, he made the million lira joke.
Interesting thing about Sacha Baron Cohen though, right? He is the Borat/LAG guy. Like his brother is literally like one of the world's top like autism doctors.
Oh, that's cool.
Like genuinely, legitimately.
That's really.
It's just like what a switch between like siblings. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, it's not a switch. No, I'll tell you why it's not a switch. Have you heard him speak, Sacha?
Yeah,
Baron?
he's actually a very like talented actor.
Yeah, holy shit!
The misconception he gave everybody with Ali G being his first character, like everybody thought, oh, this like
all
street
his
punk.
All his characters are intentionally. He's like one of the things that makes him an expert in his craft is that he actually delivers his characters with such conviction that you buy into the notion that he isn't at all like a cerebral guy. He's really intellectual, and he speaks politically and he speaks very articulately about the world politics.
He's Andy Kaufman-esque, isn't it? He brings his character into real life, so you believe
completely.
it.
Yeah. He's so method.
I've seen him do a radio show once, and he came in as Borat, and the guys that were in there doing it were all comedians that I love, and they were totally put on the back foot by him because they didn't. They knew he was Sacha Baron Cohen, but they're talking to Borat, and no way was he giving it up. Like, he was Borat for them, you know? He weren't giving it up, though. Like, he was Borat.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the commitment that you need, I think.
Yeah, and they knew he weren't Borat, obviously, but, you know, they couldn't break him, so...
Yeah,
and he had them break him.
Like, anyway, you may or may not know. Like,
yeah, go on, track through your game.
No, I will do, don't worry, but, like,
I remember Pollen took about 3 hours, I'm just saying.
Sweeney Todd, I wish I'd have seen that, actually. I never saw Sweeney Todd. I guess he played the barber. He must have played the barber.
Yeah, I've not seen Sweeney Todd either, but he actually went to, like, in France, there's a very famous clown school. Apparently, it's like the most famous clown school in the entire world.
You can see the influence of that, though.
And
he actually, part of Cirque du Soleil or something, is it?
It's his conviction to the delivery of it. That's. I'll tell you what, like clowns, the art of being a clown.
Steve-O's a professional clown. You know Steve-O from Jackass?
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah, he went to clown school.
Good.
He's got a degree in clownship. He's a proper
did he go
clown.
to the same clown school as Sacha
No,
Baron
but he
Cohen?
went to the American equivalent. You know, like he went to the one in Coney Island. So that's like the equivalent.
No,
best clown school ever.
But the thing is, Sacha Baron Cohen, apparently he flunked clown school. And specifically, one of the reasons that he flunked it is because 1 week when he was going to like have some meeting with the professor or something, he actually like done a pratfall, and it just wasn't funny.
Oh, you do a pratfall that isn't funny.
I don't believe there is such a thing as that, an oxymoron.
The professor was just like, no, that's not funny. You didn't do it right. You done it at the wrong time, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, anyway,
that's wrong, isn't it? Good for him.
Yeah,
he's given me like extra merit, wouldn't you?
Way to get out of there, though.
Sounds fun.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I think the worst timing, like imagine like you've finished doing your thing and then you pratfall after shaking hands with them all. That's probably like the best time to do it, isn't it?
Yeah. Like...
Good for him. I'm impressed at the idea.
Ninja says all schools are clown schools here. Talking about America, I believe. Talking about California.
Talking about America. Track to the right there. And
let's
hear the next bit of the story. And
I'm trying.
Well, it's not my fault. Your controller. It's not my fault. Your controller sucks. All-Star.
Well,
just lean to the right.
It's not my fault. Your game's designed this way. I mean,
well,
like, here we go.
I mean, is it though? because people have finished it, so I know it's not just me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah, but how many mushrooms had they taken? Like, I don't know. Like, here we go.
Let's get on into the. There you go.
Here we go.
You're getting some text. We don't require DNA evidence. Our subject has had contact with the assailant, so we'll be tapping into the residual consciousness to get what we want.
What we need, what we want. Why don't I tell you?
There we go, we made it.
You encouraged Trix, and it led to this.
How am I supposed to read this while you're in my ear? Like,
well, go ahead. I will be quiet. I'll go for a wee, and you have a good read.
Oh, but I need a wee as well. It's not fair. All right. Fine.
Okay, I got it, guys. I'll go for a wee, and you guys.
Okay, me and Trix will have a shootout.
Everybody goes for a wee. Right, hang on. Everybody go for a wee.
No.
Everybody else read the text.
Okay.
Yeah, great idea.
Alright, everyone go on mute. We'll be right back in like 30 seconds. This is perfect.
Yeah, see you in a minute. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Well, enjoy, Joey. Oh shit, I can't give Joey Cuts control.
Think of it like a jolt.
I can't give Joey Cuts control to the stream. That's
designed to introduce a chemical that will stimulate his ability to retrieve and activate his memories.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk to him, we can see changes in his blood oxygen level. In the regions of the brain that we need to wake him up. I didn't say that. It doesn't say that.
Yeah, but you did say it.
We need to wake up to get him back. But there's no but. He knows you're there. He can hear you. He knows you. Help him remember.
Joey, this is a fun challenge. Yeah, don't worry. This is a fun challenge, and it's also voice acting practice for when you eventually convince Trix to have you voice act this entire dream. Just keep saying this over and over. All right?
No, I can't compare to the guy that he's in love with now. There's a guy who read it and he's like, oh, he's so good. Oh.
Yeah. Well,
can't do it. I tried to get the role of Zed, man. It didn't work. You know.
Yeah. I suppose.
You know, I can do Z lines better than the Z line guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I bet you can.
I can.
How would that sound, Joe?
Feed me a line. I don't know them off by heart. I never got the paperwork through.
Wow, a sketchy original.
Well, it's sketchy original. Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
See?
I would like to note that Kataya appeared in your text and say,
Hi, Kataya.
Hello, Kataya. Hashtag Team All-Star. Not sure what that means.
Hashtag Team
but okay.
All-Star.
Hashtag Team Kataya. How's that?
Right back at you.
Yeah. I'll join hashtag Team All-Star too.
Do you know the earliest form of artwork ever found was found in like an ancient cave, and it resembles a hash mark, and they call that a painting?
Really? That seems a bit low rent.
I know. I was like, how's that a painting? Like, it's a couple of slashes. Not even right, is it?
No,
but apparently it is. It qualified.
Isn't it?
It's 20,000 years old.
Really?
Apparently.
I mean, that could have been done by accident.
That's what I thought, like lent on the wall or something. But yeah, I read this and I butchered it. It was terrible.
I think it's safe to say that All-Star's off mic and that we can say what we want on his official
No, you can't
channel.
say what you want. I'm in charge, and he left me in charge. No, we're on.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm on mic. Hello.
Hi, he is.
Hello.
Did you hear the panic there?
Yeah, he's there. I heard the panic.
The panic is real.
Oh.
He's like, guys, whoa. Just wash your hands, All-Star. It's alright, you can finish. We weren't really going to do it.
No, don't worry.
No.
I had control. I had control.
I don't know if either of you have ever noticed this, but occasionally, right, when you have like a headset or a different microphone plugged into the PS5 controller, sometimes it just automatically reverts itself to the headset microphone.
Okay.
And it done that to me, and apparently you just weren't hearing me, even though I actually was here and not on you.
Well, we hear you now, so panic over. Gecko
we was
says,
flying the plane perfectly. Yeah. I took over like co-pilot. Trix was about to say bad things, and I was like, no, I'm flying the plane here.
Yeah, no, he totally righted the plane. Yeah, it's true. Gecko says, I'd assume the first ever painting is also the worst ever painting.
You'd be correct.
Yeah, it sounds
the second
like
ever painting was amazing. Like, everybody loved that one.
Yeah, that was the Mona Lisa, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
it was the one with the horse, actually.
Also, I think, looking at the visuals...
Yeah, no,
I think you missed... I think you've potentially missed the very first dot. That's what I think's happened. If I look at that, I'm thinking the very first bit of text you maybe just haven't lit. Okay. And then you could go into Act 2.
Could you believe
exciting text adventure.
Act 2?
That
really?
we're going on together. Yeah.
Act 2? Oh, yeah. It's taken us like an hour to do Act 1. I mean, come on.
You say us. I'm not controlling anything, so...
Oh, you're in control of everything.
What do you want?
Trix.
I would just hold the left stick as long as possible until you get to the beginning. That's what I would do.
Yeah, keep holding the left stick to get track to the beginning.
I'm trying.
I mean, the thing is, I'm happy for you to just close frequency and say, so that's frequency. Moving on.
Yeah. I mean, save it for everyone else. They don't have to see it.
Yeah, we can just hang in your stream forever while we just do whatever you want.
If only you designed your team in a different way, I could load up a music video or something. But
you are leaving.
Well, if you want to leave, okay.
No, you're fine. I'm sticking with this till the end. I don't care how long it takes. I do apologise to Taya an exciting asset jam, but it's fine.
I wanted to put more songs in there, but Trix said no. He said people probably finish it by the time they've heard it twice, and I was like, okay, you sure about that?
Yeah, you can just add songs. Just send me songs.
Just pretend I added songs. So the next time you hear this one, just hum along with it and just give it a different sort of theme.
Mm-hmm. So how are things with you anyway?
How's it? Me? Fine. Yeah, great. You?
All-Star. I speak to you every day. I
know.
Just know how you are.
I know. I was being rude.
About an hour ago.
Obtuse, I was.
Obtuse?
How could you be so obtuse? What did you call me?
So, it's All-Star. How are you?
Yeah, how was things, Ali? You good?
I'm just trying to find this frequency. I'm fine apart.
Yeah, all the way down, mate. Hold left,
man.
Alright,
just
hold
left.
We'll tell you when you're
Hold the left stick, left. That's all you need to do.
Okay, am I having...
Keep doing that.
Yeah. No, I was just quiet, Gecko. I was just waiting on them to sort me out.
Yeah, no,
he's here. We got you.
He's here. He's just being quiet.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
You can't see the number, and you're on 58, going 57, 56.
Oh, there we go.
Let's keep this entertaining. How is it working for Media Molecule?
Oh yeah, that must be cool.
How is life?
No, that's great, but don't worry. Look, we're not here to interview me. I'm not sure if you've. I mean, how do you feel about all the latest sort of dream shaping updates that have come out lately?
Yeah, I think it's good. It'll give people a nice entry into making games. I like that about it.
But what even just like I just saw a thing pop up and then it went away.
Yeah, if you just keep tracking left, it's just the first one in this entire act.
Okay. Of course, yeah, I see the numbers going down.
Notice that this is unapologetically made in such a way as to make you not able to continue if you miss a trick. It's as simple as that. Then we've likened it to the island of Holland. Essentially, you get all this stuff to play with, and if you don't get any further, then you don't get any further, and you can kind of get lost in the game of
whereas I liken it to the videotape in the ring.
Yeah.
Whereas when you watch it, you get a phone call right after saying that you got like 7 days.
Yeah, so turn your phone off, essentially, is what Joe's saying.
I remember.
You don't have to get to the end. You should be there though. You're on number 4 now.
Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah.
Yes, there
risks
are
involved.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back.
That
Let's go back. Wait a minute.
Yes, there are.
Oh. Yeah, go on, Joey. Go on.
Are.
Oh, flipping G. Why is it? Oh.
It's because your controller's broken. It's not. It's definitely. It's got some drift.
I'm not going to read it until you put it on number 2. Yes, there are risks involved. It's a trial. We really are in uncharted territory here. However, when time has run out, a Hail Mary is sometimes all we have.
There you go, you're in Act 2. And you're in Act 2. Whee! You're in Act 3, actually. Sorry, should I say. You're in Act 3. You're at the end of the game now. You almost can't go wrong unless you somehow manage to not press circle.
Well,
I guess this game wasn't made for an old crook like me.
The 10-year crawl through 8 miles of shit.
To get through this game,
to get to the end of frequency.
8 miles of shit to get to Essentially Mastered. Last year we reported on last year, guys. Joey, come on,
please be my guest.
Yeah,
please.
Last year we reported on an armed robbery that resulted in a local hero being assaulted, resulting in a coma. We are pleased to report, due to the groundbreaking new medical trial, the Good Samaritan has been reunited with his family and is said to be recovering well. Coming up next, the murder of 2 young people that have been linked to organised crime, as police commit to launch a full investigation.
I feel like you should have sounded more happy about the 2 people being murdered.
I know, I actually did put a smile on.
Yeah, you were trying to really sell the happiness.
Yeah, because that's what newsreaders do. In other news, 89 people are dead. Thanks. If the military benefit is sufficient, we will get our endgame. There are risks involved with pioneering studies such as ours. You know what you signed up for. This is a terrible read. Now your orders really are to deliver another course of Theopendol.
What the fuck was that?
And keep him on. I don't know what that word is.
You just wasted whiskey. Theopendol.
I don't know what that word is.
Fuck. Jesus Christ.
We have to deliver another course.
Wait, Joey,
you're a collaborator. You don't know what it means.
Wait, guys. Who is Theopendol?
Exactly. Plays for Arsenal.
Yeah, he used to play for Arsenal. Now he's who does he play for?
Yeah, now he's a toffee. Yeah,
it's toffee.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have to keep him under until we get what we need. This is a serious moment.
You made me spit whiskey everywhere, Joe. I'm not even joking. My leg is covered in whiskey because when you went Theopendal like that, it made me absolutely burst out laughing.
It looked funny.
Fucking hell.
It's a hard word.
As you were.
I did it. Theopendal.
As you were, carry on. Moving forward, I will.
Yes.
Circle. Interrupt you.
Extend the timeline.
The timeline.
You do it. You're better.
The patient's body is already under tremendous stress as a result of the life support. Combine that with the intrusive tech and the cocktail of drugs, we have him under to make his consciousness pliable, and this is a recipe for disaster.
What drugs are they, Doctor?
Theopental. Theopental.
Can I have some? Yes. Let's all do it.
Let's all take Theo.
Look, I'm Todd Carty, and I say just say no. All right.
Exactly. It's perfectly safe. Non-addictive.
This is definitely your read, Tenya. We've done quite enough, I think.
Oh, Christ almighty. Alright.
He keeps having to unmute himself.
I'm just trying to hydrate appropriately in between.
Yeah.
Appropriately. Okay. So the doctor! Oh, Christ.
He's as bad as us.
The doctor says you're getting somewhere.
Oh my God.
This is amazing, pal. Ken, you're doing it. Connecting it together. Oh my head. I didn't really understand, but there's more you've learned of the language. Hey, keep going, Nathan. They say there is hate. There we go.
Keep going, Nathan. Well, that was killer. That was proper.
Keep going, Nathan. Oh, please carry on. In that
Nathan, move. Just give us what we came for.
Go on, Joey. Go on.
Go.
And nobody gets hurt. Don't move. Get out of the way and give us the money. Don't be a hero. This is your last warning, Brab.
Brap. Amazing. No one outside the Brixton says Brap.
I think he said Rab.
Alright.
I think he said Rab, like Rab.
It's my uncle Robert. His name's Rab. What's the criteria for a successful study here? I was under the impression this tech was designed to help coma victims come around. Every time the military goons show up, all I hear about is the consciousness parallax. Consciousness parallax this, consciousness parallax that. Extracting valuable data. Thank you.
Oh no, that's it. You're done.
We have what we need. Terminate the subject and this interview.
Bring us in the Terminator. Look at that. That looks pretty. That is pretty.
Thumbs up from the lava pit.
It is pretty.
Yeah. That's how this game should end, isn't it? It's basically the end of Terminator.
Let's try and figure this out, right? Here we go. Oh, flipping. There we go. Okay, we figured it out. There we go.
Oh, we figured it out.
Yeah, we figured it out. Figured it out all on our own.
You're dead. You're dead. You died.
We're literally only the fifth person to do that.
Wow.
No, you're definitely not only the fifth person to do it.
Well,
I'd like to apologise for the read.
No, there's about 10 people. What do you mean fifth?
Well, obviously you've done it, and
no, finite.
Yeah, no, I saw more people than 5.
No. I can only see 5. Look.
No, you're in my friends. You're not. You're in my friends.
You're in my friends. Go to everybody. Yeah, go to everybody.
Aye.
Yes.
Why am I not
Make a liar out of me.
How many electromograms did you get? I don't know. Why are you not there?
Have you got an electroencephalogram? Have you got an electroencephalogram?
I haven't even got one.
Is there some reason you didn't want to do an electroencephalogram?
I've not been to a doctor lately. I don't know, guys.
Oh, it's a self-scan, that one. So.
Okay.
You have to execute it.
Fair enough.
So yeah, the scoreboards are. You're on My Friends again. The
scoreboards
are a weird thing.
Yeah. Okay. It's just spyware.
What they are.
But,
what they are ultimately is spyware.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so you can tell what
I have openly,
left on or whatever.
I have openly acknowledged that this is spyware. I don't make any claims to it being anything else.
Yeah. I mean, you literally tagged some of my colleagues saying, "Aha!
My spyware sees you."
Yeah, it's not a secret. But I've completed.
Yeah, I mean
it,
that was. In fairness, that was delivered slightly less accusatory as the way you just described it as "Aha! I see you have not completed the game." Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's not what was implied. I hope that's not how it was read. But no, that's not what was meant by it.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's more like if you would like to see the text adventure inside the game, then please continue.
No, it's cool. No, it's very cool. And actually, like, Sinnock completed it before I did. Look, it's not a secret, right?
Oh, really?
Well,
Has
according to the
completed it?
scoreboard.
Well, not necessarily. They got random access memory. That's not completion necessarily.
Okay, fair. Yeah, you're right.
Finite. That's a completion.
I don't know if Sinnock's completed, actually. I wouldn't.
Okay, so finite's completion. Okay, so sorry.
Anybody on finite is a completion.
I am the first.
Yeah, you're the first. You're the first employee to complete. Yeah.
Well done.
But to be fair, you had to ask the creator to tell you how to do it. So
yeah, and
I wouldn't get too braggadocious about it.
Oh, I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying maybe you need to design things better to have not people.
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, so I think that's a good point. Yeah. Should this be easier? Is a good question.
It's
no, leave it as it is.
I think it's fine.
No is the answer. No is the answer.
I say make a new one and just like make that one a bit different.
Even harder. Make it even harder.
Just make another one and make it like a little bit easier but different. You know.
Mm-hmm. No,
yeah, I mean it's the thing that I like about Frequency is that you can engage it and not get into the full sort of breadth of it, and still enjoy it, which I think is good. So if you just want to play with the things that move and the things that change color and experience that part of it, you can. And then if you want to go into the story and you kind of figure out how to get through that, then you can enjoy that on a different level. So I think there's different ways that you can experience the game, and I don't mind that. I don't think it necessarily hinges on you finishing it. It doesn't really matter if you finish it. It's probably one of the reasons that I didn't hit you up and go, oh, by the way, you didn't finish it. Here's how. Because you had a dabble with it, and that's okay. It's all right. However people engage this sort of game, it's a small project. It wasn't. I think it's an interesting. It's a curiosity, isn't it?
It's a curious little thing we was playing with.
Mm-hmm. It's a curious little thing.
Oh, that's cool. You can see it here. It's among the extended play section of the puzzle category.
Wow.
That's
amazing.
Story
thanks for giving it some space in the Dreamyverse. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, look, there was a really good game right there. It's called Lock. It's amazing.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I'm just joking.
Thank you for coming on to talk about it, and don't worry about the sudden drop in viewers. Everyone's just hyped about the Quadge. Everyone loves the Quadge, right? You all love the Quadge.
What's the Quadge?
Oh, that's the Kataya Unexciting Asset Jam.
Oh, okay. That's what Quadge is it?
Yeah, the
Quadge. Asset Jam by
the Quadge. Yeah, Kataya Unexciting Asset Jam. The Quadge.
Hell on Earth
and that
is a good game.
Approximately 20 minutes ago, and I imagine most people are over there because they've made things for it.
Yeah, fair play.
I made something for it once.
What was it, man? What was it?
It was a bomb. And,
you blew up the Quadge. Yeah.
It was a bomb.
He blew it wide open. No, it wasn't included, was it?
No.
Oh dear.
No, it wasn't included for some obscure reason.
I think it's because I didn't put the right tags in the description, so
That'll be why.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wasn't included.
You forgot to put love before the bomb.
It was just an oversight. It was just an oversight.
Yeah, I think he just forgot.
Yeah, it's just an oversight.
Well, honestly, look, thank you for the chat about Frequency.
Man.
Play like a song before raiding, but thank you, man. Honestly.
When was the last time you played Adventure Jungle Monsters?
Probably a while ago, but I'm happy to do it.
Wow.
To be honest, I'm happy to play.
I think you almost have to now.
Any of them is
just
good.
Play anything. The thing is, All-Star, is that we're happy to hang with you on stream or off. So whatever, you just do you.
When are you guys going to do a stream again? The two of you?
Never.
It's a good question. Listen to Joe answer it.
Nah, we will one day. Just I was a bit rude to a few people and stuff, so we just quit for a little while.
Okay.
That wasn't the reason. It's not the main reason. Just I don't know, like, you know, gets a bit too, like, people start to know you a bit too much and that, like, you know, and it gets a bit too close. Things get a bit too close.
No, you're fine. I get it. Sometimes I feel like I'd be better off just not doing it for, like, a month or whatever.
Yeah, maybe, like, maybe not, you know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But why is that? Tell me about that. Why is that?
Nah, it's personal. Like, I understand that because, like, that's like my thing inside. It's like I don't want to let people like think they know. I don't know. It's stupid. Like, you know, you don't want to let people in too close and that, like, you know, because then they might overstep a boundary or something, and you don't want to let it get to that point. And that may or may not be what he's on about. But that's like what my deal is. So, you know, and that's personal. So, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. I think everybody has a different relationship with streaming.
Yeah, I mean, and another thing, I did have a mental block, a really crazy mental block though as well. You know, I can't make music right now much. Like, it's really difficult to do it. Right.
Yeah, you're very creative, but you definitely like position a block in your process as being a thing, don't you? Whereas I think you got to find ways around that, haven't you? It's like sometimes it's just dipping into other things, isn't it? You know, every time you revisit, I think every time you take a break and then you revisit sort of creating.
I see a carrot.
You do all right. Yeah, you see a carrot.
Right, thanks for having us, Allstar. Play us out, buddy.
And there we go, right? I do believe that, well, I know that Trix has left the party chat. I don't think Joey has yet, but I think he will in a moment. And if he doesn't, then it's too late because I just have. Let's play this, right? This was an entry to the Hops Jam, and it's by Joeycutts. And when this ends, I'm going to raid. Parental advisory, this has some lyrics.
Ravage, cause I'm the king of the tutu from known as rabbit. The cabbage addict,